I'm a welder by trade, and it seems like no matter how much money I decide to spend on pants, they never last me more than a couple of months. So that's part of why I learned how to sew to begin with, to either fix pants or try to make my own pants. So in this video I'm going to show you a way to make thin but very durable and lightweight knee pads built into pants like they used to have hundreds of years ago. You know, it makes sense. Knee pads built into pants on the highest wear sections. And I personally am going to use leather for this project because, again, welder by trade, I want them to last some amount of time. So if you're using old pants like I am, you probably have a pretty good idea of where the patch needs to go. But if you're using a new pair of pants for this, the best thing you can do is have them washed, pre-shrunk everything, and then just bend down on the ground and mark. I have a tendency to want to mark where my kneecaps are, but that's not actually where the sections of the pants wear away. So mark where your knee hits the floor. It's actually the top of your leg more than your kneecap. Mark that with a pencil or anything. It's not going to matter because you're going to be removing the fabric. Okay, so one of the first things I did was I got a paper towel. Why a paper towel and not paper? I don't know. Paper would have been better. But I got a paper towel, and I drew out this shape, this line here. That's the shape that I want my knee pad to be. And then I drew a couple other shapes. I drew this outer line around it. That's going to be the cutout of the fabric for, or the leather for the knee pad itself. And then there's this inner line here. These are both about like 3/8 of an inch from my original line. So 3/8 out, that's going to be the leather for the knee pad. And then 3/8 in from my original line, that's going to be the section that I cut out of these jeans here. And like I said, welder by trade, so I had this old jacket with leather sleeves from work that wasn't any good anymore, so I'm using leather from it. If you have new leather that you want to use, go for it. I'm just cheap. So now that we have our two sections of leather, or whatever high durability material you're going to use for the face of the knee pads, now that I've got that cut out, we need two more things. We need batting, which is going to be some kind of insulation. Like you can use regular polyester if you're not doing this for welding purposes. I'm going to be using wool just because it's more fire retardant than polyester is. And we are going to need some scrap fabric to use for the backside. I am just going to use another pair of pants that I have that is further beyond repair than the ones that I'm working on now. I'm going to cut my scrap fabric out of that. Okay, so everything I've cut out so far has been either bigger, this outer line, it's either been bigger than the size I want the actual knee pad to be, or it's been smaller than I want the knee pad to be. The smaller is the section that I cut out of the original pants themselves. But everything else, the denim backing and the leather face, they're both bigger. The batting that I'm about to cut, I'm cutting it the same size as the actual knee pad itself. So it's going to be this middle size here. Alright, so I have the denim pinned with 2 sewing pins to just 2 layers of batting. I know that's not super thick, but I don't personally need really thick padding. You can go as thick as you want, but this is good enough for me. So denim, 2 layers of this wool batting, and then the leather top. And I'm just going to hold the leather in place as I sew around the edge. So now comes by far the hardest part of this whole project. I've got my pants turned inside out, and I've got the knee pad that I've made pinned in a couple of places to the pants. And now it's just a matter of very tediously holding it in place while you very slowly stitch and try not to bend your sewing needle. Now that I've made one full pass around with a single stitch, I'm going to go again with a zigzagging stitch pattern. And that's about all there is to it. You can go in and clean off some excess fabric and cut away little threads if you want. I don't care that much. So let's flip them inside out, or right way out, I guess, and see what they look like. And that's about all there is to it. I will say, they feel, when I'm standing up, they feel like they're sitting kind of low. It feels odd. But, like I said, your pants actually shift up a little bit as you crouch down, and the part that actually is touching the ground is below your kneecap. My kneecap's about here. The part that's actually taking the most of the wear and tear is slightly below your kneecap. So, oh yeah. Yeah, I'd call this a success. They're not, obviously they're not as comfortable as like full-on knee pads with like an inch thick of cushion, but they're really not bad. It's, you know, a whole lot better than nothing. And presumably the leather knee will last a lot longer than the cheap denim knees that are there. Yep, that's about all there is to it. I'm gonna continue to wear these regularly, and just like I did with the flip-flops, the sandals video that I made, I will post an update in the comments if anything goes wrong with these, let you know how durable they wind up being, if there's any issues with washing or anything like that. I don't think there will be. I think these will outlive the rest of the pants most likely. But that's all there is for now. Thanks for watching.